East Coast right now or in the eastern United States are very aware of the cold weather that has been taking place. I understand that there are many who are living in the Midwest, living on the East Coast, seeing Winter Storm Grayson go up. Snow has been recorded in Florida, Tallahassee, Florida, particularly. Snow has been recorded in southern Georgia and in Savannah and in Charleston, South Carolina. And Massachusetts is getting hit too. There's a lot going on the eastern United States of America with the dip of cold air coming down, and it's just cold, very cold. And there are probably going to be people who are thinking to themselves that climate change, global warming, and it's all a hoax. There are people who are going to be thinking like that. And one reason that I stay away from that kind of thinking, there is, oh, hello, hello. One reason I stay away from that kind of thinking, I look at this from the perspective of a geographer, and it is important to understand climate change and global warming amidst this cold weather from the perspective of understanding what geography, climate, and weather are about. First, you need to understand the differences between climate and weather. Climate is about the long-term conditions that are observed in an area over time. You observe certain patterns that take place during certain times of the year. You observe rainfall, temperatures, humidity. You observe all of those conditions over time, and you get an idea of what the climate is in a particular area. And that's climate. Weather is about the current conditions you're experiencing right now. Right now, it is very cold in the Atlanta area right now. The high today topped out around 34. It was very cold earlier this week. Low temperatures in the low teens. And living in the Atlanta area, I understand that that is very unusual. Normally you get low temperatures right around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 33, and then during the daytime you get a high temperature that tops out in the 50s. You know, that is a normal winter for the Atlanta area. We get cold nights, but we get mild days. Right now, we're just getting a very big cold spell. Understand, I looked the weather up. I looked up a report one morning this week. It was warmer in Anchorage, Alaska than it was down here. And now I'm going to get into the bigger part of this, geography. It is important to understand geography because you cannot understand weather and climate without understanding geography. You cannot understand any of that unless you understand what is considered normal for a certain place and normal for another place. You cannot understand what is considered average. You also must understand the jet stream. Those strong winds in the upper atmosphere, troposphere. You have to understand that plays a big role in places getting colder weather than other places because you have those strong winds and it's like guiding the temperatures in certain areas. You have that big cold blast coming down, the polar jet stream sort of dips, and when you got that dip in the jet stream, you got those cold temperatures coming with it. That is something that needs to be understood. This is why areas out in California and Oregon are a lot warmer right now than what I'm seeing here in Georgia. And then you have to look at the rest of the world. I decided to do a check on some temperatures in places like Warsaw, Poland, do some temperature checking up in the Czech Republic. It's warmer over there than it is here, despite the fact that we normally get much warmer winters than over in Poland and the Czech Republic. So anybody who's thinking of calling climate change or global warming a hoax, it is important to understand patterns. It is important to understand what's considered normal versus what we're getting at the current moment. It is important to understand geography because it's not about just where you live. It's about what goes on worldwide. It's about why are we getting colder than normal temperatures, but places over here and places over here and places over there are getting warmer than normal temperatures. That is something that needs to be understood as well. So before you decide, oh, well, global warming, it's a hoax, or stay tuned. Stay tuned. Things change. Weather is changing. It's dynamic. Geography is dynamic. That is something you need to understand. It's dynamic, and you cannot understand any of these concepts. You cannot understand climate change or global warming unless you know what climate and weather are, and you understand geography. If you like this live stream, check out other videos on my channel. And I have other videos about global warming. Well, not global, well, about the difference. I have other videos about the difference between climate and geography. I actually have a video about that. And I'm going to put that, as soon as this live stream is done, I'm going to put that in the link in the description box. And don't forget to leave a comment on this video, like, subscribe, and check out other videos on my channel. And JJ Redwood, what's up? Hey, I am officially ending the live stream. Peace. Something's going on, something's not right.